Hello and welcome to In Stitches. If you own a Janome and it's not reversing when you hit the reverse button here, I'll show you how to fix that, and it's a reasonably easy fix. So the symptom is if you do a little bit of sewing here. I don't have the machine threaded, I don't need it threaded to show you this. I'll be hitting the reverse button when you hear this. That's me hitting the reverse button as I sew there. Okay, just watch what happens there. So sewing forward there, I'll hit the reverse, nothing. Okay, and that's a very common issue with this model and other models as well. There's plenty of models that use this mechanism. Generally, if the machine looks like this here, you can be fairly confident it's got the same mechanism. And it's pretty easy to check. If the machine doesn't look like this and you're having this problem, it's fairly easy to check to see whether it is the same mechanism as this one here. Disconnect the machine from the power. Just tip the machine onto its back there. And we'll see whether we can get to it just by taking this bottom cover off here. Just not 100% sure that we'll be able to get to everything we need to just by removing this arm cover here, the bottom arm cover. That just pops off. And yes, I think we can. So the problem is this area here. I'll get you in for a close look and I'll just explain what's happening here. This is the reversing mechanism here. This lever here is connected to the reverse button. When I hit the reverse button on the front of the machine, you'll see this bar moving here. That's forward sewing there, and if I hit reverse, that's full reverse there. And what should happen is when that bar moves across, is this here, this lever here is spring loaded, you see here, and it should come across like that, and that is what engages the reverse. And when I release the button to go back into straight stitch, you'll see it's quite slow in returning there. Now the reason for this is just this sort of dried up old grease here. You can see that white grease, and sometimes you can just get away with oiling this on the shaft here where this cam here runs here, but generally it's this pivot point here with this little E-clip on it, and that needs to be removed and cleaned, re-lubricated and reinstalled. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. Now just for ease of access, I'm going to remove this bottom plate here. You don't necessarily have to do that. You probably can get in here and do it without removing this, but I'll just quickly remove that. It's just a number of screws here. One there. Cover just comes off there. If you want to try just oiling it first, to see whether it's just binding on the shaft here, as you can move this to the left here and just get some oil down onto the shaft, and also do it at the other end here, and you'll probably find that it won't improve that much because this is where it's binding here. You can try oil here just without taking any of this apart, but I generally find the old grease needs to be removed from this pivot point here. This mechanism is quite fussy in the fact that it's relying solely on this spring tension here. You can see it's starting to work, but it's quite slow, and you want that to be a nice positive action there. It's reasonably cold here today too, so you know that does contribute. When these machines warm up a little bit, they get a little bit better, but still, you know, it's just not quite good enough. This needs to be cleaned up. I'll show you how to do that. So the things to take note of here is the position of the spring here. and you know these different parts come off. Just make sure you remember what order they come off. Hopefully this video will be a decent reference, so that if you do forget what order they came off, you can put it back together just by watching this video again. A good thing to do is to relieve the spring pressure. Just unhook this spring here from around here, just like that. That relieves the spring pressure a little bit there. And then remove this E-clip here. Just make sure when you're doing this that it doesn't ping across the room and you lose it forever. I keep a good stash of spares, but there is a special tool you can get for doing this job. But you know, I do it with a screwdriver if you don't have the special tool available. I hope to get one soon actually. But anyway, there's the E-clip there. Take that there off. And then you've got this little washer, comes off. Then the spring, whoops, just pings off like that. Spring there. And then this here comes off. And I find just a bit of a wiggle back and forward and push it off this shaft here. Okay, and then just be aware, that's how this linkage here connects here. Okay, and there's a linkage down at the other end, so when this gets slack, because I've taken this off, sometimes this linkage here can disconnect at the other end. I'll get you in for a close look there in a second. But this is the culprit here. Well, not really this. A combination of this here needs a clean here and a clean on this shaft here. So I find that just a rag, you know, give that a really good clean there. Just on that pivot point there. Get rid of any old grease that you can see. And you'll see a little bit of old grease here as well. Might as well clean that off. Now there's a little, you'll notice a little pivot, a little pin here. And just, we need to be careful about where that goes back on here, but I'll show you that in a second. And what I normally do is, just to make sure that this is freely running here, so just get a little bit of oil onto that shaft there, pop this back on, and then you know you can see that that is just nice and free there. Okay, just take that back off in the meantime, and I'll show you where about this little pin here. Yeah, the way this works is that there's a little driver. You can probably see it right at the tip of my tweezers there, and that little driver locates into a slot on this here, and so that's forward there. And you'll also notice there's another driver on the other side for when you're reversing. So when you hit the reverse button, this comes across, engages into that slot there as it turns, and comes around like that. Okay, and then you'll notice here also where I've got my tweezers pointing here, that this spring is not turning any further than that. Okay, it always will sit up against that pin, and if you let it go too far, you'll come to the other end of the spring up here. So there's a gap in the spring. There's the spring there. So you just want to make sure that the spring, or that this little pin here, sits on that spring when you're putting this back on. That feels reasonably free there. I mean, there's probably still a little bit of old grease on that shaft there. I would just clean as much of that old grease off as you can there. And then we'll just get a little bit of grease into the ends, the two ends here. I'll just put a splodge of grease in there, work that around a little bit, just like that. You don't want to put too much in there. And then the same on this other end here. You're not really greasing the shaft, you're really just greasing where these little drivers engage. Just work that around there. And you'll see here that the little connector rod has come off, and that connects to this little linkage. A little bit hard to see because it's buried deep in the machine there, but basically you just get this hook here and you come around and hook it onto that linkage there. That's your reverse button there, lever. See that there? That's reverse. Okay, so that just needs to sit there. It's a little bit precarious. That just needs to sit there while you're putting together this part here. Now you can see that the spring has turned here just because I was turning the machine, and so we don't want to put this on with the spring in this position. We want to come around so that the spring is up there, like that, and then you just hook the other end of the hook onto the linkage there, just like so, and then put the pivot, reversing pivot there, back into there, like that, and then we'll just go ahead and put the spring back on here. And I find the easiest way is to hook on this end first, the right hand end here, like that. Sits on the little retainer there, and then just hook this, just have to be careful, hold that, hook that over the top there, like that, and then you can go ahead and put your washer back on. I'll just give that a bit of a clean up there. You can give it a little bit more oil whilst it's on there. Put that washer back on, put the clip back on, and now you can see it's reacting the way it should. It's quite snappy. Okay, that's how it should be. There's the action there. So if the machine is turning, that's the forward stitch there, and then I'll hit the reverse, and that little bushing slides over and engages the reverse, just like that. And when I let go of the reverse button, it pops back and drives in the forward. And that's how it should work. It's not snapping back, I mean, as well as it should. I mean, that's probably more than likely just because it's so cold in this room here. And you know, by rights, your machine should really be warmed up to room temperature for using. So that will improve as the room gets warmer. While I'm here, I'll replace the grease that I cleaned up. Just get a little bit of grease on the follower there. And then just spread a little bit more around into this area. Don't need heaps in there. Like that. And there was a little bit on this linkage as well. Might as well just put a little squirt on there. Just spread the grease around there. That's looking pretty good there. So normally if I was in here, obviously, you know, I'm servicing this machine anyway, so I would go ahead and do some oiling and greasing in here while I'm here. But yep, that's it pretty much in a nutshell. So let's, I won't bother putting the bottom back on, we'll just see if this is reversing as it should. Okay, I'm just holding the machine up because the bottom's off, it tends to want to fall over. But this should be enough just for a quick demonstration here. There you go. Reverse, off, on, off, on, off. So yeah, you can see it's working perfectly fine, and you know it hasn't really warmed up much in the room, and it's working really well. So yeah, that's it pretty much for this one. Just a quick one to show you a really common issue there with the reverse not working there. And thank you very much to my patrons on Patreon, and thank you very much for watching.